Good morning! With this new format of sales tips, what I've been doing over the last 3 weeks has been to share conversations that come up in the Sales Vault, and I've been writing down as a whiteboard behind the camera. I've been writing down the things that we talk about, and I've been sharing them and some of the conversations, some of the ideas as a way of cranking out these sales tips and changing things up a bit. This week, speaking of changing things up, I want to talk to you about 3 things that come out of my mouth on a regular basis when it comes to selling. It won't include what comes out of my mouth during my golf game. The first thing is to learn the story behind the printed piece. This was the first lesson that I learned at UARCO Business Forums 40 years ago this month. Learn the story behind the printed piece. Everybody looks at the specs. Everybody gets a job to quote on and says, oh, look at this card stock and how many colors and what's the quantity. What I want you to do is I want you to ask stories about how it's used. You see, that's where the money is. That's where the savings is. You learn the story and you might be able to come up with a better print solution. That's how you create loyal customers. That's how you create profitable orders. It's also a lot more fun. So number 1, learn the story behind the printed piece. Stop selling, start solving. If you want to keep battling on price, keep quoting. If you want to sell an idea, start asking. The second thing that I hear myself say a lot is we live in an Amazon world. So back in the day, 40 years ago, when I started in sales of business forms, our deliveries were 4 to 6 weeks. Our rush order was 10 days. It was crazy. There was one particular piece, tax forms. We had to get tax form orders in 6 months in advance. If you didn't get your order in by July, you weren't getting your tax forms in January. That's how things worked. Today, of course, it's like, I need it now, I need it now, I need it now. Now, COVID has certainly, and supply chain issues have bumped that a little bit. But what Amazon did was, FedEx came out and said, you can absolutely have it tomorrow. And that changed the game, right? And then Amazon took it a bit further and said, listen, swipe, swipe, knock, knock, here's your package. That's how things have become. And it blows my mind. One of the things that I love about being 61 years old is the fact that I come from a pre-internet era. So to be able to do that without putting my guitar down, I can order new strings. That's insane. And they show up sometimes in hours. We need to sell that same way. We need to create that same situation, an environment. We need to communicate like Amazon. We need to get testimonials like Amazon. We need to study exactly what they're doing because this is how everything is getting done. We are following their lead. And as salespeople, whether you're selling print, signage, packaging, labels, paper, I don't care. You must live by those rules. The third thing that I hear myself say a lot is marketing is the new sales. So when I first started out, we used to go up one side of the street, down the other side of the street, uphill both ways, of course, in the snow, even in July. And we used to knock on doors and we'd schmooze and we would find our way in. Well, now, of course, there's hybrid workers. You can't find anybody. No one's returning your phone call. And there's a lot of competition, etc. That old selling approach isn't working the way it used to. So we need to rely on something else. We need marketing. We need to tell the story of what we do, of what our expertise is. We need testimonials. We need case studies. We need white papers. We need to grease the skids for those salespeople. Because I promise you, people are checking you out. So if you haven't told them who you are, then they're going to find out from your website. That's not always a good thing with a lot of companies. So you better get some marketing done. You've got some time coming up in the next few days, next few weeks, just before the 4th of July, which is a Monday this year, and just after. This is a great time to do some marketing research. And you can just Google something like how to create a marketing plan. This doesn't have to be company-wide. This is stuff that you can do individually. I fight the exact same battle when I'm trying to get more people to join my Sales Vault. I'm not selling it, I'm marketing it. I want people to know what it's about through the eyes of others, through the case studies, through the testimonials, through, hey, try a workshop. So this is exactly, I know exactly what I'm talking about here because I'm doing the exact same thing. Marketing is the new sales. We live in an Amazon world. Learn the story behind the printed piece. We're having some great conversations in these sales communities. I hope you will join our Sales Vault. I hope you will join our sales community found on Slack. And I hope you have a great selling week.